Hi Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your September 15th to the 30th, 2022 money and career reading for you. Now I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be listed in the description box below. Now before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. This cleanse and meditation will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. So let's see the energy that we need to be mindful of during this time, Sagittarius. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. This is the Sun. Okay. So it's a very interesting thing when the happiest card in the whole entire deck is our card to be mindful of. So what it's going to be during this time is be mindful of the areas where you think, oh, I don't need to pay attention to this. Like, I don't need to look at this. This is all moving just fine. Or that person has everything under control. They're usually so good at, keeping everything going. This is saying that the thing that we usually don't have to worry about, we're going to have to pay attention to. We're going to have to look at it a bit more. The person who could be our right hand, we're going to find that they might be having something going on in their personal life, or they drop the ball in one way or another, and we're just going to have to pay more attention. So just be very aware of that. There's also a blessing to you during this time coming up, and that's going to cause people to be jealous. So just be aware of this, that as much as you're shining, people are also going to kind of be sniping at you, saying, oh, well, why do you get to be so successful? Why do you get to be so prosperous? Why do you get to, have this in your life? Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Okay, so Sagittarius, we're fire sign energy, and we are coming through as a student right here, a student who is celebrating, taking things in, looking at new roads. The world is opening to us in a way that we hadn't anticipated. There's also the Four of Wands. When it comes to business, we're starting something new. We're opening up. We're expanding in one way or another. Now, I'm hearing somebody say, but I'm not opening up any new doors. New doors are going to be opening up to you. That's going to be a very important thing during this time, where you're going to be looking at things one way and thinking, oh, this is how it has to go. This is how it has to be. And Spirit's going to give you the answers that you've been seeking, but through a totally different avenue than you have been focusing on before. And there's just a sense of a celebration. There's a sense of a job well done. There's a sense of like, yes, I've gotten to where I need to be. The world is opening in a way that makes you feel more confident, that makes you feel more kind of put together, but there's also a sense of the door opening, and it's like, oh, can I do this? Like, can I move forward to the place that I want to be? Can I, embrace what I desire? Now, with the King of Swords coming forward, the King of Swords is air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. We are also in Mercury retrograde and will be until the 1st of October. So what's going on here also is saying be very mindful of our words, of the way that we're moving things forward, because our words are going to have tremendous power. The our minds are going to have tremendous power. The way that we're putting things together is going to be very spot on. And this is going to be a time where we can really see ourselves accelerating and going after what we want. But we're also going to find that we can get into confrontations with people who don't see things the way that we're setting them up, or don't see things eye to eye with us. And there can be disagreements that come forward because two strong personalities, ours and somebody else's, is going to kind of clash, and it can be a very short clash. It can be something where it's just like a little scuffle and it doesn't really mean anything, but it can also be something that's said in passing, but for one reason or another has hit our insecurities and makes us think, oh, I can't do this. Like, oh, I can't move forward this way. Oh, I can't have what it is that I want. There's going to be a need here during this time to kind of talk things out, or journal, or, draw some sort of release to be able to get down on paper or to get out of your head what's being caught in it. So just be very aware of that during this time, because there are some words that come forward and they're just said so callously and so like offhandedly. I do see this as having very masculine energy. So it's meant to be a bit of a snipe. It's meant to be a bit of a, like, kind of either it's a teasing so that you'll do better and they think that they're helping you, or it is something where they know your deficiencies and they're just going to point it out in a very blunt, very plain way and then move on. It's going to be no big deal to them. It's going to bury itself. It's going to like worm its way into you. It's going to be a bigger deal. So do be mindful of that. With the Four of Wands, this is new job opportunities. This is moving. This can be getting a new job. This could be opening new offices. This could be, business trips coming up. There is a sense here of celebration. There is a sense of, I wouldn't be able to do this if I wasn't doing well. So you're going to be doubting yourself because there is this sense of learning. There is this also just a sense of doubt around you during this time, Sagittarius, where it's like, am I doing well? Am I, connecting the way that I should be? And if you were being objective and looking in, or if you were looking in like just for a friend, you'd be like, oh my gosh, look at all these good things that people are saying about you, or the way that people are connecting with you, or, things like that. It'd be very obvious. But because it's your life and you're on the inside of it, it's not going to be as obvious. So just be very aware of that. Take these new opportunities. There's something that's building up also. It's not necessarily going to be instantaneously handed to you. It's going to be that something has been building up. Now you're going to see, well, now's the time to go after this. Now's the time to embrace this. Now's the time to open up this door. With the Page of Wands, you're a student during this time. You're looking at things in a different way. You're putting things together in a way that they hadn't been put together before. It's kind of like you're mixing and matching. And that's going to be very important. And if you're into, I'm just seeing like textiles are going to be very important. The way things feel, okay? And I don't know what exactly that means or how that incorporates into your life, where it's like the feel of things, you're going to have this feel, but it's like it's a rough surface and a smooth thing. It's a it's like they feel very different, but they go together very well. And I don't know exactly what that means, because I am also seeing here like you could be putting things together and you would think like, oh, the feel of that, wouldn't necessarily think it works, but then all of a sudden it starts to work together and it all starts to like hammer itself out. So just be very aware of this. You're going to be taking different steps towards situations and towards problem solving that people are going to be like, no, Sagittarius, that's not going to work. You're going to be surprised. You really are. So that's also going to be something that you're going to go a bit of against the grain for. With the world opening up to you, with the doors opening, there is a real sense here of celebration, of passion, of insight. There's a sense of, this is where I need to be. This is what I desire for me. But there's also a sense of being overwhelmed. What world do I want? How is it that I want to move forward? You might find that your world might not be, being in the middle of everything, traveling here, traveling there. It might be a very quiet world that you want. And you're coming to terms with that. You're coming to terms with whether you want things to be super active or quieter. And why Spirit is saying you're coming to terms with it, because it's kind of against what you had thought you would want, or what teenage you thought you would want to be. So just be very aware of this, that as your world opens and you're feeling more settled within it, you're going to be looking at things and thinking, this is different. This isn't what I thought it would be. It's not wrong. It's just different. And this is going to be a time where we see ourselves stepping into our world. We see ourselves stepping into ourselves in a very profoundly beautiful way, but it is a way that kind of takes us by surprise. It moves us to our subconscious energy to be mindful of. And this is the Five of Wands, especially at work, because we're talking about work, we're talking about career, all right? Our work, we're really moving forward brilliantly at, we're shining. We have the Five of Wands to be mindful of subconsciously. We're very sensitive during this time. It's just going to be a fact to us. With the Five of Wands, there is a sense here of bickering. There's a sense of little nasty remarks kind of being taken out of context. You know, people trying to push and pinch. And I'm just seeing, like, you know when somebody pinches a little kid? You know, you will listen and they pinch them. And it's like a little bit of meanness that can go unseen. That's what I'm seeing here. So just be very mindful of this. I don't mean that somebody's going to be pinching you. That's not what Spirit is saying, but it's going to be something like that where it's like, wow, that's just like a little bit of nastiness. And it's easy to overlook. So just be very aware of this. You can be also carrying this from before. You could have had a run-in with people who were just petty and nasty, and you know, you're still carrying the wounds from it. So just be aware that it is going to impact you. It's also going to impact the way that you feel that you can move forward, because you're going to be looking at things and being like, well, if I'm doing all this work, or if I'm putting in all this effort, why are these people getting the credit? You know, why are they still moving ahead and I'm the one saddled down with everything that needs to be done? So just know that jealousy can come in and anger can come in, and then that can really kind of poison the pot. It's like adding way too much salt to the soup, right? It sounds like a good idea. Oh, who doesn't like salt? And then when you put too much in, it just becomes unedible. So we have to be very mindful with the anger that we're feeling towards others who have been causing us frustration. We have every right to be mad at them. We just need to not let them win by becoming just consumed by that anger. Our subconscious energy, our tarot energy for the reading is justice. This is Libra energy. This is justice. This is balance. This is things coming into alignment. There's also a sense of learning what justice is for us. So when we look at justice, you know, we can look at the letter of the law and think, well, how is that just, right? This isn't saying everything has to be the letter of the law just, because it doesn't equate usually into everyday life. What we're going to see here is, how is this just for me? How am I being fair? How am I being, you know, correct in the way that I'm moving forward, in a way that I can live with myself? We're also going to get kind of hung up on being just, being fair, and trying to please everyone. And then everything just gets ruined because nobody's going to be pleased. So just be very mindful of this, that people are going to have a tendency, and it's going to be subconsciously, Sagittarius, that you're going to try and bend over backwards to please everyone. And that tendency here for people to be very demanding, for people to, you know, more than be ready to say, oh, well, I'm upset with this and I'm not getting that. And, you know, why is this not working out? That can really wear on us during this time. So just be aware of it. All right, Sagittarius. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I'm sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy, as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Sagittarius. And may blessings and prosperity always be with you.